I always love to have things even and balanced. Good morning, everybody. Like life, right? We like to be even and balanced. So I like things to be that. I'm setting up my new desk in here and getting a little obsessive with, I don't like wires and jumbly things. It's just a part of my little personality. But good morning, everybody. Once again, it is Friday, and today is our weekly wrap up. Today is either a long, good, full hour, or it's a quick day with a beautiful meditation, because that all depends on you. What I hold Fridays for is all about you, the things going on in your life, the things you're wondering about, concerned about, your fantasies, your desires, your temptations, and everything in between. So if you're on social media, don't just scroll away so fast, because having the opportunity to connect with somebody, to ask questions, to share things, to get insight, wisdom, and guidance we might not normally be able to get in our lives is an incredibly beneficial thing. And I am always willing to connect and speak with people and answer questions, and I love doing that. And I'm here live every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and all of the videos are available afterwards. I'm sorry, I'm just getting my bearing straight this morning. So all of the replays are available. Everything that we do here live each day you can watch afterwards. And we've had some incredible conversations over the past 40 days. Today is day 40. So with that being said, today is all about you. Your questions don't have to be based on the sessions we've been having. If you have questions about meditation and mindfulness and healing and forgiveness, all that stuff is absolutely fine to ask. But really what I would love for you to do today, and if you want to, again, I always say you don't have to say something. If you don't feel comfortable expressing in front of other people and stuff, you can always private message me. But I encourage you to break free from those types of binding chains and that perspective of, oh, I don't want to express myself because I'm afraid of what others might think. Let's not worry about what others think, because we need to get you into a place of healing. And the only way to really get into that place of healing is by you being honest with yourself. You have the awareness. You know the things that are going on in your life that you don't like, the things that are causing you issues, the things that cause you stress and fear and anxiety. You know the things that have happened to you in the past that you keep thinking about and you're having a hard time moving past. So this is your opportunity. Whether you know me or don't know me, I have had an incredible life, and I have learned the lessons from the experiences behind me. I have beautiful celestial gifts, and I love to share my life experiences and my gifts with those who are looking to find their way home inside, and to not be incredibly redundant and repetitive. Although nothing was made to be difficult, it really is us that just makes things difficult. The way home is within. This isn't about finding or following my path. This is about you finding your path and purpose within and walking that confidently. And I know some of you are just tuning in, and what I'm talking about is you sharing today. If there is something going on in your life that you want to express, that you want to talk about, that you want to share, that you want to, let's see if we could do something here. Hold on, sorry. If there is something going on, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. So anyway, what I was just saying is, this is an opportunity for you. I'm sorry, it's taken me a few minutes to get my vibe and energy going here, and I just had to remove something on the screen here. But please, I want you to know, whether it's something personal in your life, something you've experienced, a traumatic event that has recently happened in your life, if you have heartache, if you have sorrow, if you are not understanding something, if you are trying to move past something, if you are trying to just better your life, be better today than you were yesterday, if you're wondering about aliens, black holes, the universe, politics, religion, you honestly can ask. I have no problem reading what you want to share today. And if not, we're going to get into our meditation real quick today, because I want to bring the energy to a nice calm level today. I want to bring you really good, deep inside, center and ground your energy, and just let you go on with your day with this beautiful sense of calmness and an overwhelming sense of gratitude, which we will get to. But it looks like nobody really has any questions this morning, and that's okay. So I'll explain something one more time, and then we can kick into our meditation. It's perfectly okay. What I do here every day, aside from the videos I post, everything I post is about healing. It's about you breaking free from the false identity. It's about you coming to terms with the actions and events you have experienced in your life, about embracing forgiveness and truly shifting your perspective and ascending to higher states of consciousness. I don't do this by trying to sell you something, by waving and dangling crystals or sage or anything in your face. I do this by safely and properly guiding you within to those moments and show you how you can shift your perspective from fear, anxiety, hurt, sadness, depression, anything you deem negative, to the lighter aspects of emotions like compassion, kindness, sympathy, and love. So understand that I am here to help you. And this is not in an egotistical sense. I've lived through it. I've learned the lessons, and I understand that all of the darkness behind me was not made to define me, but was done so I can lend my hand out to those going through the same thing. So one more time, I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. live on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All of these videos, including my other videos, are all available immediately after. You can immediately watch this on IG afterwards and YouTube. Unfortunately, TikTok, you can't, but I do download this version and upload it to my private Facebook group. All of those links are available in my profile. You can download my first book there for free if you'd like to. It's incredible. It will help change your life and guide you back home within. This isn't about following my path or my spiritual beliefs. It's about me helping you hear, see, and sense and feel yours and live them with discipline. I have over 8,000 videos online, and again, I'm here every day. So my friends, I'm telling you, please stop spreading yourself thin. Please stop giving a part of yourself to every so-called healer and spiritual entrepreneur out there, because with no offense intended, most of them are charlatans, parasites, and modern-day snake oil salesmen. You woke up this morning with everything you need to heal yourself spiritually and ascend in life. All you need to do is find your way home. Stop second-guessing and self-doubting. You're lost in thought and emotion. I'm here to clear that storm and ground you and show you the way. Okay? So one last time, because if there are no questions today, which is okay, I don't mind no questions, because for that means to me that those of you who have been following along with me for years, those of you who have been following these sessions every single day or watching the replays, you're using the tools and techniques I'm giving you every day. The words I'm saying are sinking into your subconscious, and your subconscious is starting to help navigate and work with your conscious mind. So I don't mind if there are no questions. I don't. And 40 days is still young. I'm not going anywhere. We're going to be doing this for a long time. This is why I broke down my private community. I didn't want to do this privately. I had over 65 people in my community. It was paid every month, $2 a month. I didn't want to do that. It didn't feel right. I wanted to be here every day and do this. Be that consistent thing in your life every day that can help hold you accountable. Mindfulness, meditation, gratitude, kindness. That's what I am, man. Your daily reminder and your key to get there. So, if there's something going on in your life, and when I say it could be about relationships, politics, religion, the coffee you drank this morning, to what's on the other side of a black hole, to extraterrestrials, to animals, vegetarians, I don't care. Anything you feel in your heart and mind that you want to talk about, you're wondering about, you need some insight and guidance, you just want to share, you need somebody's shoulder to lean on, I'm here for you, my friend. So I'm going to put my glasses on. If there's something you got to say it, okay? Let's see. Finally got my divorce papers signed. Now, Lady Sav, I know that this has been a pretty heavy time for you. I know that there has been some recent trauma in your life, and if you ever do want to talk about that, and I mean, I know you messaged me, but don't feel like, oh, I messaged him once, I don't want to bother him. Don't ever feel like that. If you feel like, oh, I don't want to bother him, I don't want to be a burden, he must get so many messages, that's what I'm here for. I respond to every single message I get, and I get a lot of them. And don't think that I don't spend hours and hours and hours and hours a week connecting with people. If you've got something going on and you want to talk about it, you want to have a brief conversation about it, I'm here for you. You want to book a one-on-one session, I'm available through my website as well. But we are here right now, and as I was saying, Lady Sav, don't feel like, we had our conversation in chat. Don't feel like that you can't talk more about that, because what you're going through, what you experienced, is incredibly heavy. With that being said, congratulations. It's incredible, right? Isn't it so incredible? Thank you for the hearts this morning. And don't be afraid to tap the screen. I love seeing the hearts, and you're also teaching the algorithm that, hey, more people should be hearing and seeing this. So you pick your hand up, you tap the screen. That's you showing me that you feel me, you see me, you sense me, and you're sending that love and gratitude back to me. That simple action. And it is inspiring to me, just as I'm here trying to inspire you as well. So, finally getting divorced, that is like a big heavy weight off of you. But of course it comes at a time when there is so much trauma on your mind right now because of what has recently happened. But ride that wave, man, and listen, let that be a lesson in of itself. We go through so much darkness, but we get to these moments of elevated awareness where we can breathe and feel good. And this is the moment right now. You getting those divorce papers has elevated your consciousness this morning. You're vibing high. This is a time, believe it or not to ignore the bad things that have happened, but to turn around and look at them now from this different state and see them differently, connect with them differently. So if you want to talk further about this, Lady Sav, please feel free to message me. But congratulations. I'm sorry in one sense, that the relationship had to go that way, but congratulations. And I mean that in the sense, a true sense of congratulations to both you and your former partner. And I don't mean that to be demeaning or belittling, but when I work with couples and one person is like, yeah, but they always do this, and they always do this, and they always do this, and they always do this, I, in my head, don't take that and weigh it out as, wow, this person's a piece of shit and this person's great. Every time one person says something bad about the other, in my mind, I level the playing field. If this person's doing something bad, okay, they're doing bad things. I'm sure this person is doing things that this other person deems negative as well. So I kind of balance it out, and I just take all of those things as for not like a grain of salt, but I don't let them influence me. It's really kind of behind the intention and the energy. So when I say congratulations, I really mean that, because when a relationship's not working, when you're in a relationship where it's belittling, demeaning, constant yelling, constant chaos, constant bending to the will and expectations of another person, you're not in a loving, free, equal relationship based on kindness and compassion and freedom. Space, we all need our space. So congratulations, because this is a new chapter in your life. Do me a favor, please. 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 Don't go rushing into another relationship. So many times when we end a relationship or when we haven't been with somebody in a long time because of something like this, when we're free, we meet somebody, and because we're so excited to be free, we kind of get so excited, and our own expectations and imagination and hopes kind of takes over from clarity and reality, and we jump in these relationships with people. He's wonderful, she's wonderful, everything I always wanted, and 3 months later, holy shit, they're driving me crazy. The best thing you can do when a relationship ends is take time to really center and find yourself first. Really, at this stage, this moment in your personal evolution, who are you? Who do you want to become? What is it you want to incorporate in your life? Focus on those things and leave yourself open to love, and love will find you. But don't be so quick to jump into we've been separated for 2 years now, getting used to being a single mom. Okay. And you know what? I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, I can't meet anybody, it's hard to date. We live in a digital age. If we had the internet back when I was younger, I wouldn't have been meeting girls in bars and clubs and riding home on the train. I would have been on dating sites. I kid you not, because I would have been honestly typing in everything I like and dislike about people, and I would have trusted the algorithm to start matching me up with people who are looking, rather than just waiting to bump into Mrs. Right. Thankfully, that happened for me. I owned a cafe. I owned a beautiful Eastern European style cafe in Connecticut. The space I got was completely gross when I got it in. We turned it into this incredible, beautiful cafe. That's a horror story of another day for another day. But I did say to my buddy at the time, who I had taken on as my partner, business partner, I remember we were in there, I was up on the ladder painting and stuff, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm going to meet that person here. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm going to meet the person I spend the rest of my life with here. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I don't know, maybe 6 months into owning the cafe, one day I'm standing behind the counter with the girl who was working for me, and boo, the door opens up, and this woman walked up in front of me, and she asked for a tea with some citrus in it in a slight Eastern European accent. And I was like, citrus? And she said, yeah, like some orange juice or lime, like a splash in her herbal tea. And I went, oh, that makes perfect sense. And turned around and felt my heart pounding and beating and mouthed the words, holy shit, because I knew. And here I am almost 20 years later with her. So so it does happen. It does happen. And you know, that's what I mean. Leave yourself open for love, but focus on yourself. And I know you have been like a single mom for 2 years. And you can tell me to shut up if you feel you're ready. If it's that time in your life where you're like, yep, I'm ready, then do one thing for me. Depending on where you are, go in the opposite direction you would normally go to find a guy. Like when I say I used to, when I was younger, you know, meet a girl in the bar or on the way home from work on the subway. Now consciously, if I was going out someplace to hope to meet somebody, I really would be going to like libraries, museums, nature preserves, things like that, to find somebody in the mindset. And that's why I'm a big advocate of excuse me, online dating, like Match.com and stuff. Like I said, in Langfield, I met my wife here, but I tell my older son all the time, he's 28, I'm like, man, go create a profile online. My older son, 28, he is a beautiful guy. I mean, he's a really good looking dude. He's the most, and I'm not saying one of the most, he's the most innocent and sweetest and beautiful soul I've ever known. My firstborn son, Kyle, who's 28 years old, 28, 29? 28. He's absolutely just the most incredible person I've ever known in my life. And I keep telling him, man, go online and meet somebody, because he keeps meeting people, and he meets these people he's very attracted to, but they all turn out to be always in relationships. And I just keep telling them, no, man, don't put yourself in the friend zone. Get the hell out of there and go online. But anyway, Lady Sav, good for you, man. And you know what? Just be happy. And I know you are. I know you are. And if you wanted to continue the conversation, even if you want to do some channeling, maybe try and connect with your friends and stuff, we can do that anytime. Hey, Jay, I've started a job. Who is this? I can't see. The Stalker 1337. Might want to change that name, bro. Hey, Jay, I'm just kidding. Hey, Jay, I started a job about a month ago and met this girl there that has shown me a lot of affection a bit by bit. Lately, we've been getting closer, and today she mentioned her boyfriend. Sorry for the damn long message. No. Keep typing, man. Listen, I'm just going to say something right off the bat. If there is an attraction there, keep it where it is at this point. It's okay to be flirty and friendly and stuff. She's in a relationship, and it has to come down to her on her own space, her own time, that if she wants to end her relationship and pursue something with you. But if she's in a relationship, don't do that, man. Now, and this sounds very contradicting to what I say many times. I don't want to get into a big relationship conversation because I'm married, but you know, marriage, relationships, the concept we have of them is a man-made concept. And when you research the history of marriage and the woman taking the man's last name, this all has to do with literal transfers of property and ownership. Okay? And if we get into the whole biological aspect, a man is constantly producing semen. A woman is ovulating. We can have millions of babies, right? So, you know, when you start looking at the aspect of monogamy, it really should be something that's a choice. But we live in a society where we do want to be respectful to the consensus. Maybe not conform to it fully, but be respectful of it. And in this sense, she's got a boyfriend. She's no go, man. You cannot pursue that. Here's why. You will be doing something and manifesting something that's creative negative energy because it's done under deceit. She is manifesting something heavily negative if she went for it because she's manifesting and being very deceitful to somebody else. On his end of the spectrum, there is going to be massive trauma and heartache because of what's happening. And here's the final thing, whether it's a guy or a girl, if you meet somebody and they are willing to cheat on the person they're with to be with you, then yes, one day they do have the capability to turn around and cheat on you. That is a hard, cold fact. Now, I'm not saying I've never been cheated on. I'm not saying I've never cheated. It's wrong. It's wrong on many levels. So, if you really know, and again, liking a girl, the name being Stalker, I'm as a friend, man, I would honestly suggest as a friend changing the Stalker because it doesn't portray a serious image. It is a serious image, that phrase. So, so with this girl, man, you keep your distance, you keep your space, you're nice, you're polite, you're respectfully flirty, because a lot of times guys misinterpret. 9 out of 10 times, honestly, a guy will misinterpret a woman just being nice, being friendly, as being flirty. Oh, she says hi to me every morning. Oh, she smiles at me every day. Okay, that does not mean the person is attracted to you. You know, so she's in a relationship, you're working together, you don't shit where you eat, or you don't eat where you shit, whatever you want to say. That was the phrase back when I was a kid. My dad, I'd say to my dad, oh, there's this girl at my job. Nope, you don't eat where you shit. Meaning you don't get involved in a relationship with somebody you work at, first of all. You just really did it. So I don't know, man. I would tread this very cautiously, be very respectful, give her space, and time will tell. But don't cross any lines that you wouldn't want crossed yourself. She gives me looks as she gives me looks as if she's interested a lot because we are working right next to each other, talking a lot and being isolated from the whole team. Why isn't my phone letting me slide? There we go. Okay, it's stopping now. Again, man, and I'm not there. I'm not there. She gives me looks as if she's interested a lot. So you're interpreting this, man. Is she looking at you, licking her lips, batting her? I mean, what is she doing that's giving you? Is she turning and smiling, giggling and laughing, and then going and doing her work? And then, you turn your head and your eyes are catching and she smiles and acknowledges you? Because that's normal acknowledgement. So really, man, you work with her. This is no. Everything about this to me, intuitively and just from my life experience, is just no, man. Nope. Be nice, be courteous, be respectful, keep your distance. You work with her, she's in a relationship. That'd be about it. You know what I mean? Just because she's turning at you and smiling and nodding at you doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you. And that's something that guys really need to start getting into their heads. Women are afraid to smile and just be courteous and friendly to guys because of this misinterpretation guys have, Women have to be careful with what they dress, because if they wear something that, God forbid, shows the top of their cleavage, oh, she wants me to see her boobs. No, she fucking doesn't, man. She just likes the color in the blouse. Leave her the fuck alone. I'm not saying you personally, but I'm a guy, man. Look, I grew up in the projects of Queens, New York. Trust me, I was that dude, and I learned at a very early age, I'm being a dick. I'm being a narcissistic asshole. I'm being disrespectful. This is not right. So you work with a man. She's in a relationship. Those are big X's for me. Move on. Move on to the next one. I love you, brother. JK, hey, good morning, JK. I have also been a single mom for 2 years, and I cannot get rid of my anger and resentment. It makes me so frustrated and unhappy. I feel hopeless that I'll never be happy again. Well, you know what? Right now, excuse me, and I'm not laughing at you. Let's let that shit go. So, you don't even need to get into the details. Something happened on here. I'm not going to worry about that. So let's just do this, because something I just crapped out here on YouTube, and I'm just going to close this off just so I don't have this light in my face, and I can just kind of put this computer to sleep. Give me a second there. So with that being said, so you are holding on to resentment, bitterness, jealousy, anger, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You were in a relationship with somebody, you're not with them anymore. But because of the things they did, because of the time they wasted, because of the energy they stole from you, because of the way they manipulated, deceived you, all of those things, right? We sit here and we resonate and we fester in those emotions. I'll read that, I promise. We get so angry and we just all of a sudden turn around and start moving forward in life and just hold on to that. Why? I mean, ask yourself why right now. Does hating, and I'm going to paraphrase, okay? Just because I'm saying, does hating your ex, I don't mean you hate your ex, but let's just get big emotions out there so everybody can kind of understand. You're welcome, brother. I see that. You're welcome, man. And if you want to talk about it further, just message me. It's absolutely cool. So here's the first thing to come to terms with. This person did something wrong to you, but you're the one holding this bad energy. You think of them and you have hate, you just hold it, you walk away. You're the one carrying it in life, right? So you know that. You're waking up every day, and every time you think of this person, it really triggers those emotions. More resentment. God damn it, I can't believe I wasted that much time. I can't believe I was so stupid. We say all these things. First off, stop saying those things. Stop affirming the negative energy and defeat the negative energy by reversing it. You know how you really feel about it, but just know. Today, he or our relationship and my past does not bother me anymore. The hate, the resentment, the bitterness, the jealousy, the resentment, I let that go because that person is not in my life anymore. You hating them is not sending them like we send each other a text message, this overwhelming amount of hate to where they're walking around in life going, why? Why do I feel all this hate? Granted, we can send energy, feel energy, but it doesn't work like that, right? So you're the one carrying this. I mean, I don't mean to get religious with you, but even Jesus said, if you hate somebody, you're the one carrying that hate. So I have to ask you, J. Kate, and you already answered the question, how does it make you feel carrying all this? Like shit. It hurts. It feels like you'll never be happy again. So let's look at the situation realistically. It was a bad relationship. He did things that have caused you trauma and bad memories, and you're only holding on to that because you can't see past his faults and flaws. He was an asshole. He was an asshole. He was wrong. He was broken. He was damaged, and he treated you badly. Why? This is the big moment, okay? Why? Why did he treat you those ways? I'm going to put my glasses on because, and you can say you don't know. If you don't really know, you can say. So type something. I'm honestly asking you a question. Why did he treat you in such a way that has left you feeling this way? Do you know why he did that? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. You can type it if you get there. I know there's a delay with this. I don't know how many seconds the delay is. There it is. There it is. I can hug you and kiss you right now. I swear to you. He has unhealed childhood trauma. And not just childhood trauma, J.K. Whatever he experienced that traumatized him, a child, affected him negatively, that it affected his toddler years. It affected his teen years. It affected his early 20s. It affected him when he met you. You met a person who was physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and mentally broken, hurt, damaged, in pain. And if I spent time with you right now, if we closed our eyes, I would have you go back to one of those moments that are very clear in your mind, where you can see him yelling, where you can see him doing his thing. And we would stop, we would freeze that moment. And when you look in his eyes, J.K., you would see that there is a beautiful being in there that is tortured and in pain. And they are only acting out that way because that's all he knew. When he did that to you, that's how he thought he was supposed to be. He didn't know any better. He was trapped inside that mindset. So rather than resenting him for what happened and the time wasted and what he did, or being angry at him, you can begin to let those heavy emotions become a little lighter. You take that deep breath in and that sigh of relief. Okay, he wasn't an asshole. He wasn't an evil person. He was damaged. He was broken. and he never got never had the opportunity to heal. His parents didn't care for him and love him enough in life to see their wrong ways and help him. The people he knew in life, and when he finally met you, you saw, you felt that pure, beautiful man in there, or he manipulated you from the beginning. Guys are good at that shit. Giving you exactly what you want to hear and see in the beginning, and then 3 months later, they put down that facade and they reveal their ugly head. And women do this too, but really men have a beautiful gift of doing this. But my advice to you, JK, I'm going to call you JK. JK, because I don't know if your name is Kate or it's Jack and your last name is Kate. So anyway, JK, my suggestion would be to you is to take some time by yourself. When you're done with your chores and the kids and family, when you have a moment to really just sit down by yourself, dim down the lights in your house, put on some music that makes you feel comfortable and good, not sad and depressing, but something to kind of anchor you and tether you here that you can kind of go back to and just listen to. And then close your eyes and just reflect on him and reflect on those moments and kind of try and see in his face. But the best thing you can do is let go of the bitterness, the resentment, and the hatred, and replace it with compassion and sympathy, understanding, and that becomes forgiveness. And I promise you, let these words rattle around in your head all day today. You'll fight them, you'll debate them, you'll accept them, you'll debate them, you'll accept them. Let them rattle around. Your subconscious mind will start going, yeah, he's right, think about this and think about this, and more things will start to come to terms. This is why I tell everybody, stop picking up your freaking phone when you wake up in the morning, because all that shit you're wondering about, you wake up in the morning like a computer, boom, and you slowly boot up and you've got all this, oh yeah, okay. So instead of picking up your phone and letting everybody else tell you what you're going to think and feel, give yourself that moment. But I promise you, it's long enough. I'm looking right at you now. It's been long enough. You've had enough. You've carried this enough. You've endured this enough. If you look behind you, you will be amazed and so proud of yourself at how many things you all have actually gotten through in life. Stop looking behind you. Even better, stop walking forward in life with your back towards the light. The light is in front of you. The darkness is behind you. You're all walking forward with your back towards the light. Stop. Let it go. It's always going to be there, but see it in a different perspective. Shift that energy. Turn around and embrace the open road before you with just love and understanding and openness. Let the story unfold before you without resistance and expectation. What if I'm the asshole? And this is good. What if I'm the, oh, no, don't go away. You're welcome. Croot of the Nathalie, you are more than welcome. What if somebody is asking, hi Mark, hey Mark, how are you? What if I'm the asshole in my situation, the cause of my problems from my own childhood trauma? And you recently emailed me, so you're trying. I'm not going to get into the email you sent me, but I did make a video specifically about that as well, and you did respond to that. Here, man, listen. My father was a fucking bully. That's the best way I can say it. A woman-hating, child-hating, male, narcissistic fucking bully who belittled and demeaned me my entire life. My mother was a gift of life baby born into an older couple who had she had much older siblings. My mother had massive issues. She physically abused me, mentally abused me, and sexually abused me. That's the hard, cold truth. My sister, who was a victim, she was 5.5 years older than me, was a victim of that insanity, took her insanity out on me and mentally and physically just abused me my entire life. So childhood trauma is horrible, man. And if I sat here and told you right now that I've gotten through all my childhood trauma, I would be lying through my fucking teeth, excuse my mouth. But I try. And every day I work my ass off at being mindful and constantly reminding myself of who I am not and who I am. And when I fall and falter or yell or lose my shit, I do recover quickly and I do make up for the mistakes that I have. But why do you think I'm here every day doing this? This is my penance and my therapy all in once. This is my purpose in life. And Mark, I'm telling you this, man. If that beautiful little kid that was born into this world can be here today in an insanely blessed life with a wife that I don't deserve, with children that I don't deserve. I mean, I have a life that I honestly at times just feel I don't deserve. I have experienced honest to God fucking miracles, biblical miracles, things that are physically and scientifically impossible to happen, but they happened to me. And if my stupid, dumb, insignificant ass can truly have a purpose that transcends everything that I can even try to conceive and perceive to be, then so can you, dude. And I promise you, Mark, if you message me, man, I will jump on FaceTime with you. We will talk. We will consciously time travel to your moment. And I promise you this, man. Mark, when you were a little kid and you were going through that stuff, inside you there was some instinctual knowing, something trying to guide you, but we get so lost and broken and disconnected from it that that's what happens in life. But it was there, trying to guide you into today. And I promise you this, Mark, you are that voice guiding your younger self to today. So when you think back on your younger self, don't think about it with fear. Don't think about it with anxiety. Don't think about it with jealousy, resentment, with bitterness. Look back at your younger self with love, with self-care, with being the one who is there to protect your younger self and guide your younger self into today. And Mark, right now, dude, you've got the awareness, I am the asshole in my life. It's because of all this baggage behind you. Well, guess what, bro? That shit's always gonna be there, man. All of it. Your darkest day will be there as bright as the sun shining in the sky. The only thing you can do is change the way you see it. And once you change the way you see and think about your past, you're healed, bro. Honest to God, healed. And like I keep telling all of you, you woke up this morning with everything you need. And I see that, Lady Sab. You do deserve it, Jay. Thank you. I can't even let that in right now fully because I'll just have to end this shit right now and break down. But I absolutely appreciate you. I really do, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So, Mark, man, you're not in this alone. Now I'm thinking about you, so I'm connected right to my little self right now. I could just feel little Johnny, man. And they used to ask me, I've told you this before, what do you want to do when you grow up? And he used to just say, I just want to speak to the whole world. I want to talk to everybody. And when my dad and people and used to say, that's just nuts, what do you want to say? I wanted to tell everyone that you're not alone. You're not alone, and you don't have to feel like you're alone, and you don't have to go through this alone. If there are not people in your life who are open to allowing you to freely express who you are, light and dark, without their harsh and cruel judgments, then I am here. I'm here. You're not alone. And every single one of us has that innate, unidentifiable loneliness inside of it. It's that what connects us. It's that why we're here. I don't care if you're Muslim, Jewish, I don't care if you're an atheist, I don't care if you are the most insane, devout Christian there is, I don't care. We all have to agree on one thing. If we took it all away, if we took every single fucking thing away, every person, every planet, every star, every solar system, every galaxy away, all of it, it would eventually, at some point, a long, long, long time ago, fall back to one beginning, one seed, one start, one source. And that thing that everybody pretends to know or pretends to be the chosen people of, which is just insane in of itself, when you really think about the scale of creation, that thing is what was so alone. And it's why we have that innate loneliness inside of us. It's why that thing found a way to create and manifest all of this. Not for us to argue over what fucking color your skin is. Not for us to argue over what you want to wear, what you want to call yourself, who you want to pray to, who you want to sleep with. None of that fucking matters. And when you hear spiritual people like myself say that is an illusion, that is the illusion. That is the false identity. Believing, succumbing to, and taking part of that fucking version of society that some narcissistic, demonic, evil piece of shit started so long ago, that here we are today suffering and trying to climb our fucking way out of, while we are trying to feed our children, put a roof over our head, and make sense out of it all. So when people say me, human, society, government, that's how I feel about all of that. And when I say to you something I have probably said, no exaggeration, 10,000 times in the last 10 years, that 99.9% of the human perspective is lost, misguided, broken, and damaged, I mean that in every sense of the word. So when people say, oh, humanity, fuck humanity. I don't want to be a part of what we are. We are better than this. We are more than this. We come from the stars. And just because I speak truthful and raw doesn't mean it isn't truth and raw. I can't stand when we have to breathe heavy and let the light flow. And that's how things have to be explained. Why? Why? We all know words. Why do we need this entertainment and this visual stimulation and this over-exaggeration of nothing to fucking just embrace kindness, compassion, freedom, equality? Why do we have to go through that? To treat the water with respect, to treat the land with respect, to treat the air and the sea and the creatures and the plants with respect, to treat each other with respect. Why do we have to go through song and dance and tradition and path and religion and faith and why? Because someone a long, long time ago said, that's how I'm going to control everyone. That's how I'm going to sit on my big fat ass and do absolutely fucking nothing and be the 1% or whatever the fuck you call it today. The cabal, the elites, the 1%. Every rich millionaire, billionaire fucker out there. You want to know who it is? All of those rich people who are clinging to their money, like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Elon Musk. Oh, I have Twitter, free speech. Fuck you. These people are demonic. They literally, if you took Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates individually, they can end world starvation today and still be rich. The three of them together can change the planet, end homelessness, end starvation, and no. They dangle the carrot in your face so you keep chasing some fucking illusionary dream. Yeah. Yep. Let that shit sink in. And I know. You know, the yogis and all the spiritual teacher out there, people who come across my, oh, why does he get so angry? Why does he just love? I'm all about love and compassion. But don't sit here and tell me right now that there isn't about 4.5 billion people on this planet that need a fucking baseball bat upside the head. Metaphorically speaking. I don't want to hurt anybody, but there's a whole lot of people out there that need their cage rattled, their head slapped, their world rocked, whatever it is. So I'm not going to sit here and say, now let's just cleanse out our heart chakra and then breathe deep in it, because it's the fluffy unicorn rainbow belief that you just so happen to be stuck in at the current moment. You know, because next month it'll be a different flavor of something else. And I'm not trying to knock you, but that's the truth. It's within here. And the only way you connect to all that shit out there isn't through some other dipshit over here waving a magic wand. It's by shutting up, sitting within, and traveling within, and transcending your own consciousness. Okay? You're welcome. So true. You're welcome. Thank you very much. You're welcome. It's the truth. And that's I hate the word pride, but I pride myself on two things: authenticity and being real. Raw. I remember I worked for a guy, Leon, really a really cool guy. He was definitely a little on the snooty edge. You know, he thought he was a little better than everybody else, but Leon was cool shit. He would always wear like fedoras and hats to work and stuff. But when he first when he first interviewed me for the job, MS Textiles. I worked for a textile company on 37th Street and 7th Avenue in Manhattan. This is 23 years old. I remember being interviewed for the job, and he said to me afterwards I got the job, he was like, I loved your knowledge and your expertise. He's like, but when we sat and we spoke, you just felt and sounded a little rough around the edges. And ever since then, I've loved that term, because yes, man, I will hug you. I have my shoulder here. You can cry on it. I will guide you to the most blissful, beautiful place you have ever seen. But I am that person that if I see somebody doing something wrong, I can knock somebody on their ass. I have no problem, stopping something that's wrong and dark, and I'm fully capable of it. I grew up in the projects in Queens, New York. I was born in 1968. You do the math, for God's sakes, right? So my dad used to say to me all the time, my dad was a horrible human being, but I love him and I miss him. And there was moments that he was my best friend, honest to God. But he was severely broken. And wow, we are almost out of time. Is that seriously almost out of time? Wow. So I better talk quick. So he used to say to me all the time, you want to be a public speaker. You want to speak to the public. And this is when I was a teenager, and there was no internet. We didn't know this was going to be a real thing, but I was a musician, I was a drummer, I was very interested in acting and things like that. So he said, you want to speak to the public, you're going to have to learn how to really speak. And fast forward to 12 years ago when I started to teach on Drumeo. Drumeo.com. It's the world's largest online music school. I was a drum life coach there for about over 5 years. And when I started on Drumeo and I would watch myself, aside from being completely nervous on camera and standing in, hi everybody, it's Jay, welcome today to Drumeo, I had that, so today we're going to be talking about, we're going to do some paradiddles and we're going to get in there and yeah, we're going to, I just had that whole, I almost like Sylvester Stallone, hey, yo, Rocky, what's going on? And as I would watch those, I would be like, wow, I really have to start to focus on my words and enunciate things better. I moved out of New York when I was 26 years old, right? So that's a lot of New York embedded in me. Moved to Connecticut, lived in Connecticut for over 28 years, 29 years. So that kind of started to lose some of the New York accent. And now I'm in Illinois. But no matter who I speak, man, hey, blah, blah, blah. Hey, where are you from? New York. Oh, yeah, I can hear it right away. I'm like, damn it. But when I speak to my friends in New York, I don't sound like that, man. Not anymore. I don't. So I am getting better at it. But for those of you who do find me rough around the edges, and we'll wrap it up with this. For those of you who do find me rough around the edges, I apologize. I'm not sorry. It's who I am, and I'm not going to really change that. But I do apologize if that's something that your perspective can't see past. And hopefully one day you can. And don't think I curse all the time. I don't curse a lot, but I do curse when it is appropriate. And I'm so sorry. We're going to be out of time today. This is the first day in 40 days that we're not going to be able to do a live meditation. That absolutely does not sit well with me. The entire point of this is a meditation. So today is going to be a two-parter. I've just decided. So what I'm going to do right now, genuine, not rough. Thank you, Mark. So wait, don't go away, because here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to end the live. I'm going to share the live. And in 2 minutes, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I'm going to come back on and we'll do our meditation. So give me 2 minutes, everybody. Go run, go to the bathroom, get a drink. We'll be back in 2 minutes. So let's do this on TikTok first. Say, bye, TikTok. See you in a minute.